What's up, Wizards? It's Deb, and is it already time for the Aetherdrift teaser? Oh my goodness. Just so you know, spoilers for this set don't officially start until the 21st. That's a week from when I'm recording this video. And usually we get Mark Rosewater's teaser just a couple of days before cards really start coming out, like literally 2-3 days. So big time speculation here. This probably won't happen, but we might get some cards earlier than we thought, maybe going into the weekend or something like that. But whether that happens or not, maybe we shouldn't focus on the future so much every day, right? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's look at what today holds, which is Maro's Aetherdrift teaser. Now, let's read this bullet point by bullet point, but I should point out that even though I try to do this every season, and you guys know, you guys like these videos, but either way, you tell me in the comments at least. But this is going to be the first time that I'm going in more or less blind. I've only read like one or two of these bullet points so far because I saw somebody share this on Twitter, and I was like, you know what? Let's just go in. Let's just start. Let's hit record, and we'll kind of go through it together and see what the comment section has to say, because I'm not sure how much I'm going to know about some of these, but I'm sure my speculation will be hilarious. Let's look at Maro's Aetherdrift teaser. Before previews for Aetherdrift officially begin, I thought it would be fun to do another of my duelist-style teasers where I give tiny hints of things to come. Note that I'm only giving you partial information. That's exactly how Mark Rosewater sounds. It's not, but can you imagine? First up, here are some things you can expect. Bullet point 1. This one I've read. A 13/13 vehicle with crew 2 that costs 1 mana to cast. Come on, man. What are we doing? What do I have to sacrifice? How many cards do I have to exile from my hand? You know, do I have to leveler myself? You know what I mean? Take my entire deck away. Although if it costs 1 mana, that would actually be busted. To take your entire deck away and then Thassa's Oracle or something like that, it'd be nuts. But either way, 13/13 vehicle with crew 2 that costs 1 mana to cast. So there is a catch. There's a massive catch here, whether it has an extra alternate cost or an extra crew cost, or it does something to you when it comes into play, or every turn, or something. This card is probably bad, but I may eat my words as soon as the card comes out. Maybe it's the best card they've ever printed in the history of Magic, because, oh my god, a 13/13 for cost 1 mana. Oh, it's a Phyrexian Dreadnought, isn't it? It's probably a Phyrexian Dreadnought take. Uh-huh. That's my ish. All the girls stomp your feet like this. This is a Phyrexian Dreadnought reference. All day. Anyway, next bullet point. Mechanic called Start Your Engines. So this is the other bullet point that I've read. I've literally read 2 of them. This is probably just a mechanic that allows you to somehow not have to crew your vehicles, right? I had to guess. It either helps you crew your vehicles or it does something vehicle related. I mean, it's definitely obviously vehicle related, but whether it gives them haste or allows them to crew for effectively free or reduced cost or whatever it is, probably something like that. As much as I do love racing, and I plan on releasing a In Defense of Aetherdrift video like before this set actually comes out. At some point, I've been gathering clips and stuff for it for like 2 weeks. I really want to put this video out because I love racing, and I am looking forward to this set. I know not everybody is, all right, but even I have to admit that Start Your Engines is kind of a lame name for a set mechanic. But moving on to bullet point 3, which starts with a 3. 3 planeswalkers native to one of the worlds visited, and 1 non-native gets a D-Spark legendary creature version. Let me read that again in the Rosewater voice. 3 planeswalkers native to one of the worlds visited, and 1 non-native gets a D-Spark legendary creature version. Okay, so where are we at on this one? Amonkhet Avishkar, formerly Kaladesh, I think. And then the new one. It's not new, but there's never been a set on this plane before, and I forget what it's called. I want to call it like Muldratha, but that's the name of a card. It's not the name of a plane. Anyway. So native to one of the worlds visited. So one of them Chandra. We know Chandra's in this set through marketing already. And isn't she from either Amonkhet or Avishkar? That just doesn't come off the tongue, does it? Avishkar. It just doesn't. I don't know. Either way, 3 planeswalkers native to one of the worlds visited, but according to this wording, it appears as though they're all D-Sparked. 3 planeswalkers and then another planeswalker all get a D-Spark legendary creature. Okay. So, Saheeli, right? She's Avishkar. I think Chandra is Amonkhet. Is she Amonkhet? Am I crazy? Am I insane? Who's even from Amonkhet? I don't know. And then I guess the non-native must be from the other one. So there's that. I'm going to say Saheeli Rai. That's the depth of my analysis on this one. Excuse me, Mark? A cycle of legendary vanilla creatures. Or if you want me to read it exactly the way it's written here, cycle of vanilla legendary creatures. That's different. It's actually the exact same thing. So in case you're not hip on the vernacular, vanilla means they don't do anything. They don't have abilities. That's why they're vanilla. French vanilla would at least do something, but this is vanilla nothing. You do nothing. So I assume that these are all just like really good rates. You know what I mean? Like a 3 mana 6/6, or you know what I mean? A 2 mana 2/4. You know, it's something like that, but it doesn't do anything else. Like, could be. And I will say, even if they are vanilla, like, they could help out certain legendary decks, like, depending on what colors they are and what their actual stats are. Because that's probably what's going to matter here is what their stats are. Or second option here, maybe they're only technically vanilla, right? Like, maybe they do something. I was trying to avoid a doo-doo there. But maybe they do, in fact, do something, but not really. You see what I'm kind of get at? Sometimes they get sneaky. So it might be something like that. But I'll move on to bullet point number 5, maybe? It's cats and dogs that are also mounts in the set. So we get mounts back as a returning mechanic, which is really good because there's a bunch of them like in standard, but there's not enough in standard to like make an actual good deck. That's not even necessarily true. I got like dumpstered and word that rhymes with dumpstered the other night by a mount deck that had like 2 Seraphic Steeds on the table at the same time. It was really gross. Don't look that way. You don't want to see it. So that was pretty good. But with even more like decent mounts, let's go. And also cats. There's like already a cat deck in standard, like Regal Caracal and Arabo and a bunch of decent cats. You know, we got like an Elvish Visionary cat now, so that's good. So if we get some decent cats in the mount category, that could count for something too. Also, like, I guess Kona, anything with Survivor really wants more good mounts in standard. So, you know, just keep that mechanic in mind too. Bullet point number 6, maybe. An old god returns and new gods are introduced. Who even are the gods? I just hope it's Purphoros. It's probably Xenagos, right? Xenagos cares about speed. He's a real speed demon. Trying to think of other gods. You know what I mean? Like, I know other gods. I just don't think it's them. Like, I don't think it's Heliod somehow returns. Although, in his little, like, sun chariot thing, you know, I don't know, maybe, but I doubt it. An old god returns and new gods are introduced. We're going to get racing gods. Awesome. Although, I should probably keep this restricted to the Amonkhet gods, right? So, like, is it Oketra or Bantu? It's one of them, isn't it? The Scarab god. It'd be really funny if a beetle, like a giant beetle god, was like in a race. You know what I mean? Just turning the wheel with 6 legs, disqualified. That's too good. Either way, I'm calling Oketra. I'm calling it's Kiki over here. But moving on. This is funny. This is a funny one. New Lotus. 2 words. New Lotus. It's gonna suck. The new ones suck. They get progressively worse, you know. But maybe this is the exception. Maybe this time, New Lotus is good. Maybe actually, Wizards made so much money this year that he's trying to tell us he bought a new Lotus, Exige, you know, or Lotus Elise, something like that. They make really nice cars. This is a racing set, right? They're known for good handling and all. So maybe Mark's just letting us know, hey. New Lotus. Hey, how you like that? Shut up, Mark. Just kidding. Mark's fine. No, New Lotus could be literally anything. This could be a 10 mana thing that taps for 3 mana. It's just Gilded Lotus, but worse. You know what I mean? Like, it could be, but for some reason, for a little bit of a reason here, and I can't. Maybe I just feel it in my bones, which is not a good. That's not good. That's not a good reason, but it is a reason. I kind of feel like this one might be all right. I kind of feel like they know that everyone hates the this. You ready? Put on your hat. Put on your tinfoil hat, and then put a tinfoil hat on top of that. because I think they know that everyone thinks the set is stupid except me. I'm like the one guy who's like, yes, give me an Initial D Twisted Metal set. Yes, I want a Burnout Paradise Magic set. Take my money. So I'm like that one guy, right? But they know everybody thinks the set is dumb and dog water and the stupidest thing ever. A racing set? What do we do? What are we going to pod race with little Anakin? What are we doing? You Haley Joel Osment over here? Or whatever people are saying about the set. These are just samplings of some of the things I've heard. So they think maybe, hey, what if we put a good Lotus in the set, thereby forcing pack openings? What if that's what we do? Kiss off. What if we just do that? So maybe for that to be the case, it would have to be kind of good, like worth wanting to open. You know what I mean? Unless Wizards really still thinks that we're all just like, ooh, Lotus. I'm going to buy packs of that set because there's a Lotus in it. And like, no. It's like, what is it? Lotus Ring was in one of those like 50 card sets. Was in like Mom Aftermath or Big Score, something like that. And like nobody cares. It's not worth anything. So, still my speculation again, my official stupid speculation, X-Files theme.meme.wave. Is that this Wizards knows this set is not going to sell well unless, let's move on to the next bullet point here, which is a cycle of multicolored Gearhulks. We've already seen a Gearhulk. Was it multicolored? Yeah, I think it was like Selesnya hybrids or something. So if they're all hybrids, that would technically be multicolored. I really like hybrid. Every set should have hybrid. Really, like at least one or two hybrid cards. And I guess every set kind of does now. It's not like they never do it. You know what I mean? They do it with regularity at this point. But yeah, Gearhulk's coming back. Let's see if they're as good as they were the first time. And honestly, not every Gearhulk was like super playable. But obviously, Tori, Torrential Gearhulk, amazing, right? And then even the green one, right? Starts with a V. Verdurous Gearhulk, maybe. That was a pretty played one too. So hopefully these are even close to their original incarnations. They should be somewhat playable in like mid-range decks. Numerous mechanics from the worlds visited get cameos. Why can't I read? Can I read it in the Mark voice? Numerous mechanics from the worlds. No, I can't. I want it to stop at the word. Why is that? Numerous mechanics from the worlds visited get cameos. Okay, so Cat Mechanics getting the cameos, and we got some cameos from the Vishkar stuff, so that's not really, that cryptic. You know what I mean? It's just like, you'll see these mechanics again. Cameos is probably correct. Rather than just getting like Eternalize as a actual returning mechanic, it's on like 12 cards. Getting one card that Eternalizes is pretty good. Also, I will say, like that leaves some chances for some good flavor with the Eternalize mechanic specifically, like a vehicle with Eternalize, right? Because it has to be repaired. But like once it's repaired, you can drive it again. So it kind of has Eternalize. I could see them doing something like that. And then a new vehicle artifact token, which is the whole teaser and is honestly not like that exciting. So just like a clue token or a treasure token or a blood token or something like that, but it's going to be a vehicle. You create a vehicle that is also a token. What if it's crappy? Like, what if you just make like a 1/1 vehicle that crews for 1 or something? It's probably, I don't know. I don't want to speculate on that. It's like it's probably make a 2/2 vehicle that crews for 1, but like, what do I know? Who am I? I don't know anything. So that's the whole point of these, though, is to do like the wildest possible speculation. Maybe the vehicle artifact token is the 1313. Next, here are some rule text that will be showing up on cards, everybody. This creature saddles, mounts, and crews vehicles using its toughener. Toughener rather than its powness. This creature saddles, mounts, and crews vehicles using its toughness rather than its power. All right. So what do you got? You got 0/5 here? Something like that. Something like that, a 1/4, it costs like 1 or 2 mana. Whenever you draw a card, isn't this just like Jace's Erasure or something? Isn't that kind of what this is? Whenever you draw a card, each opponent mills 2 cards. Let's go. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun, dude. You guys hate it, right? Mill gets such a bad rap, dude. Everyone hates Mill so much, and I don't get it. Like, Ruin Crab's in the format. Everybody hates it. It's not in the format now, but everyone hated it when it was. But I think Mill's fun. I think it is. And if they basically just like reprint this card, maybe it's just a reprint. That would be nasty, dude. But it's probably like a creature that does this. And if it's not like a Jace's Erasure or a card like it, like a Sphinx's Tutelage or whatever, then suddenly it's another version of a card like that. And then it's like super real in Commander to start doing this too. It says each opponent too. It's not target, it's each opponent. Gross. I don't know. I don't care how much mana you cost. You seem fun to me, dude. Other dinosaurs you control get +1/+1. Are they reprinting the 7 mana dinosaur that's also an Anthem effect? So you pay 4 mana, make it 3/3, that guy. Thunder Spine, Thunderback, something. I don't remember what he's called. Either way, dinosaur support in this set, everybody, in the vehicle set. Are people going to be riding dinosaurs in the race? Is that what's happening? Dinosaur mounts? Oh my god, that'd be gross. That'd be pretty all right with me, dude. I'm telling you, give this set a chance to be fun. It can be. They may have given us rideable dinosaurs. Honestly, just a dinosaur anthem effect is pretty gross, especially if it's like reasonable to actually get it on the table. Whenever a player casts a spell they don't own is the only text we get on this card. I would assume that this comes bundled with a way to do that. You know what I mean? At the very least, it'll go well in your outrageous robbery deck. You know? Or that dragon that has an adventure. Anybody know what I'm talking about? It's like a decadent dragon. I guess it goes well in that deck. If anyone ever wants to play that card in the history of Standard. But yeah, outrageous robbery especially, this is good with. And a couple of other cards like it in Standard. Ooh, look at this one. Look at this one, guys. Tap, add red for each goblin you control. We get a Priest of Titania for goblins. We get a... Ooh, Marcus Rosewater. God. Can it be 2 mana? Can it be 2 mana? No, it won't. It won't be. I'm just happy to see more Goblin support because I feel like Goblins is actually super close. I think the problem with Goblins right now in Standard is that everybody's trying to put Krenko in it, and it's not actually a Krenko deck. Krenko's too slow. I actually think if you lower the curve and play more like, Deface Studio, Painter Studio, whatever it's Deface Gallery, Painter Studio, you play more of that card, man, and just some lower on the curve Goblins, that deck is actually kind of fire. But knowing that we could potentially get this changes not just for Standard, but especially for, 60 card 1v1 formats that have better Goblins than Standard, but Commander. You imagine a Priest of Titania for Goblins in Commander? I'm sure a lot of you are imagining it right now, and you're rubbing your little hands together like, oh, I can't, just coming up with horrible plans and designs. So that's exciting rules text, baby. You better not cost 5 mana. You better not cost 5 mana. Seriously. Maybe it's a vehicle. Maybe it's some sort of goblin vehicle. You know what I mean? I could see it. Anyway, next one is during turns other than yours, this vehicle is an artifact creature. Oh, so you only have to crew it to attack. Otherwise, it blocks. Like, that's pretty good. They should do that more often. Maybe it's part of one of the set mechanics. It's not. Probably not, but I don't know. That's pretty clean. I like it. Next is whenever you activate an exhaust ability, draw a card. Exhaust, huh? Exhaust? You're not a mechanic that already exists, are you? Am I crazy? Am I nuts? Does exhaust exist? Let me know in the comments section. I don't think so. It sounds like a racing set specific mechanic. I don't think exhaust exists. I feel like I'm playing Magic for 30 years. I would know off the top of my head what that is, but I don't. So sounds new to me, and obviously that sounds like a racing mechanic. So cool. This is probably, if I had to guess though, this is probably like signpost card for a deck in draft, like an uncommon or something. And it costs like 5 mana or 4 mana, something like that, and not great stats. But hopefully it's better than that, is all I can say. Next bullet point. Quote, put any number of permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Okay. I smell a Planeswalker Ultimate, but maybe not. Maybe it's like a green card. Maybe it's just a really expensive green card that's like, probably in this case, a worse Smuggler Surprise, honestly. But the fact that it says permanent means you can do like, artifacts, enchantments, Planeswalkers, which seems gross. Throw an Omniscience down. This might be a way to cheating Omniscience out. Although with this rules text, I don't think you're cheating the Omniscience out. I imagine this card costs either a ton of mana or effectively a ton of turns to make work. Next is whenever you attack, if a pirate and a vehicle attacked this combat, so pirate support in this set. Again, good. We've got some pirates in standard, and that deck is surprisingly close to being actually decent. Creatures you control have base power and toughness 6/6 and are oozes in addition to their other types. That's some pretty big power toughness, Bubba. Hey, Bubba, you're pretty big over there, man. Again, this card seems like it's going to cost 1 billion mana, so we'll see how excited we actually are, when we get to the card itself. I do like oozes. I am a fan of ooze, but finally we got some creature type lines from the set, or at least this is usually what he does last. Seal Pirate. So, Seal's not super important, but it is adorable. And then Pirate, again, pirate support. We also get a Lizard Berserker, some more lizard support, okay. An Insect Archer. Insect doesn't seem like the kind of thing we want more support for right now, but we do have like the Swarm Weaver in standard, so it could be okay. Core Pilot, a core in the race. Okay, I like that. Robot Turtle. Coming up next. That's fun. An Ape Druid. Okay. Ooh. Stop the presses, everybody. We got a Zombie Cat Knight. We got a Zombie Cat Knight, everybody. Not just a zombie cat. That'd be one thing. This is a Zombie Cat Knight. Call him sir. Her? Call her sir. I cannot wait to see what that is. We got a Vidalcan in here. Got some merfolks. Got a Vidalcan Ranger. Wait. Yes. All right. So next. No, Vidalcans are artificers. Are they? They're not always. I'm getting them mixed up. Next is a Dinosaur Dragon Mount. Let's go. A Dino Dragon. Everyone's favorite 2 creature types mushed together, make them kiss, and it's a mount. So I was right. We're getting rideable dragons and rideable dinosaurs in the same card. Again, would you please allow this set to be fun? Would you please? Do you see that we're getting a rideable dinosaur dragon? Could you chill out is all I'm saying. Next is Aetherborn Rogue over here. So cool. And then, okay, finally, we get a finally now. Here are some names from the set. These are bound to be pretty eye-rolling here. Adrenaline Jockey. Not Adrenaline Junkie. Adrenaline Jockey. Did they feel like the word junkie was too, like, I don't know, like it wasn't PC enough for them to print on a card? Because, I don't know. Anyway, Flood the Engine is also in here, so vehicle doesn't work. Gas Guzzler is a name for a card. Maximum Overdrive is a name for a card in the set. Pedal to the metal, baby. We're doing the tropes. I love it. I personally love it. I feel like if you're going to do a set like this, go all out on the tropes or you wasted the opportunity. Road Rage. Road Rage is a card in the set. I like to think it's going to be a pump spell for vehicles. Roadside Assistance is a card in the set. Ooh, the Speed Demon. I knew we were going to call a card this. Speed is speed, boy. Gasoline's burning, your speed is speed, boy. As fast as I can be, speed is speed, demon. Spin Out is also a card in the set. You drifting too hard. Oversteer, baby. Gotta watch out for that oversteer. You count. You gotta turn the wheel in the opposite direction. You don't think that's what you should be doing, but turn. Are you going left and you're starting to oversteer? Turn that boy back. Turn it. Just lock it all the way to the right, boy. You might still spin out. It could easily happen. Siphon Fuel, though, is the final name for a card in the set. And then, of course, in the Rosewater voice, tune into Aetherdrift's debut at 9 a.m. on Tuesday, January 21st on twitch.tv/magic. All right. And the tags for this, in case you're interested, are Magic the Gathering, MTG, Maro Teaser, Aetherdrift, and WotC staff. No SBMTG. Come on, everyone's. You'll dramatically increase your SEO if you put my name in the tags. Anyway, that's all. That's all for the Aetherdrift teaser. I'm sure that some of these Vorthos are watching me and they're like, Dev, it's obviously this. Didn't you read all the magic? And oh yeah, sorry, I didn't. I got to get on that. So let me know how you felt about it in the comments section. What do you think some of these are all about? Which ones are you most excited for? Aren't you excited for Aetherdrift? I so am. I'm running in the 90s, baby. I'm very excited for this set. More Initial D songs. Boy, if y'all don't release like a trailer for this set that doesn't have a lot of dialogue in it, I just want cars going fast. All right. I just want like the Rainbow Road scene from the Super Mario Brothers movie. Okay. But in trailer form. That's what I want. And I'm gonna just completely obliterate the audio, just mute it entirely and put an Initial D song over it and label it a remix trailer. If you're not gonna give me that, I'm not gonna buy this set. I'm still gonna buy this set. But I really want you to do that for me, Wizards. Can you just give me the trailer for the set so I can remix it already? I want to do it. One way or the other. That's all I've got for this. Let me know how you felt about everything contained within. And I will catch you cats later. Do YouTube things. Check out the Twitch. We stream Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have a Patreon. Did you know that? You probably did by now. Every person on YouTube has a Patreon. You want to give me $1 a month to support the content and make it even better? Somehow? Then go ahead and do that. But one way or the other, I have been Dev, and I am now out of here. I've also, from the place, love you guys. Spread love and be kind.